Delegates of the 14th United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, UNCTAD, in Nairobi have been challenged to put their money where their mouth is in order for the implementation of global development agreements to become a reality.
Well, here's Alex Mwangi with more on what transpired at the opening ceremony.
The United Nations Conference on Trade and Development has officially been opened with a challenge to delegates to translate global agreements on development into action.
UNCTAD 14 is a wonderful opportunity for all of us to exchange views on how these milestone decisions can be translated into action. Because decisions without action are meaningless.
We look to this meeting as the first major United Nations developmental meeting since the triple promises of 2015 to start charting the way of implementation from decision to action.
My message to you today is that the SDGs represent the change we need to restore people's trust in the global economy. The SDGs represent an enormous opportunity to make our economy work for dignity for all, prosperity for all, and a better planet for all.
A key area of discussion in the next 5 days will be the issue of least developed countries and whether or not there can be a world without LDCs.
There are worrying signs that people around the world are increasingly unhappy with the state of the global economy. High inequality, stagnant incomes, not enough jobs, especially for youth, and too little cause for optimism stoke legitimate fears for the future for many in all the regions.
Foreign Affairs Cabinet Secretary Amina Mohamed is the incoming president of the 14th UNCTAD, taking over from Dr. Hamad bin Abdul Aziz Al Kawari, who chaired UNCTAD 13.
For heading and hosting UNCTAD 14.
It's the second time that UNCTAD is holding its conference in Nairobi, the first time being 4 decades ago.
Many issues on the agenda in 1976 still demand our attention 40 years later. Now as then, commodities are still a key issue. Indeed, in some ways, they are even more central to the discussion under the current multilateral dispensation.
The 14th UNCTAD is expected to boost the status of Nairobi as a conference destination, even as residents contend with the closure of some of the roads in the central business district and VIP movement, which is likely to aggravate the traffic situation that the city is well known for. Alex Mwangi, NTV.
And Alex Mwangi now joining us live from KICC. Alex, of course, 10,000 delegates who are there, lots to discuss. But what does Kenya stand to gain out of the many discussions that will be going on this coming week there?
Okay, one of the things that Kenya is trying to gain is, of course, just getting to have its status known in the wider community of the world with regard to hosting of conferences such as this. You remember last year we had the WTO, and now we have this UNCTAD event this year. That is a great thing as far as hosting of events is concerned. And the other thing that Kenya is also trying to do is to put the agenda of developing countries on the forefront, such that trade in the world will be much easier and much more effective for least developed countries as well as developed countries.
10,000 visitors obviously is a very big number, but do we expect any major heads of state? Do we expect some high-level dignitaries here?
We do expect high-level dignitaries and heads of state, but then the first day, the second day, and probably the last day are the most important dates with regard to the heads of state and dignitaries. Today we were expecting the president of Uganda, Yoweri Museveni, to come, but then he was represented by his vice president, and Ban Ki-moon was here as well. But then there are other dignitaries that are going to come during the week as well. We expect heads of delegations here, as well as ministers from different countries all over the world, and it's going to make traffic in the city quite chaotic.
Yes, something that we are not looking forward to here in Nairobi. Thank you so much, Alex Mwangi. Speak to us live from KICC, where the UNCTAD conference has officially open.
In fact, if you live in Nairobi, this is a general guideline for you. Any of the roads around the KICC will be closed for most of this. Parliament Road, Parliament Road, the other one is the one in front of City Hall, that is City Hall Way, and all of the roads around the KICC closed all through this week.
Yes. So be advised, wake up a bit earlier and make sure that you get to work at least on time.